Hey, what's going on? TJ Jones here, State of the Saints podcast, and got a familiar face here on the show today. Got my guy Emory Hunt from CBS Sports, man. How you doing, man?
Doing fine, man. How you doing, man? Good to see you, man.
Man, good to see you,
always
too.
looking good every time I see
Hey,
you.
man, look, I'm trying to be like you. Nah, but all jokes aside, man, 2026 NFL Combine, it's underway today. The tight ends and defensive backs spoke with the media, but everybody's talking about Caleb Downs, man. Talking about how great of a prospect he is, one of the best prospects at safety. What are your thoughts on Caleb Downs?
I love him as a player and as a football guy because this day and age, I'm the old head now, right? So when I'm talking to players, say, hey, you remind me of, and I don't even go all the way back like, oh, you remind me of Bronco Nagurski. I know he don't know who that is, right? But if I say, you remind me of Bob Sanders, and some guys go like, I don't know who that is. Like, man, but somebody like Caleb Downs knows who that is, knows the Bronco Nagurski because he eats and sleeps and breathes football.
Yeah.
And that shows you have a true passion for it.
Right.
And if you have a passion for the game, that's how you reach the highest level.
Right.
A passion for anything, that's how you reach the highest levels. So knowing that about him, knowing that he has a brother in the NFL, plays for the Indianapolis Colts, and Josh Downs, that's a football guy. Now on the football field, outstanding instincts, elite level football IQ, great ball skills, great tackler. So I would take him in the top 5 if I had a top 5 pick because I don't care about positional value. Give me the great football players, and Downs is a great football player.
Yeah, that would be weird, like if he ended up getting drafted by the Titans after play against his brother
Right.
twice a year. But yeah, man, I think he's a dope player, man. But there's a couple more guys. Mansour, Delane out of LSU had a really good season, man, transferring from Virginia Tech. What are your thoughts on him, man, when you watch the film?
You like that he is physical, and to me, that's something that you have to have in this day and age because you're getting stronger receivers. That even the smaller guys are able to win physically, get off press. He just stays active. Like he just constantly has his hands on the receiver, constantly annoying the process, constantly delaying the process, and puts him in position to make plays on the ball. So that in and of itself is a skill, and the fact that he's able to do it consistently, matches hands, matches his length with his feet, that helps him out on the outside.
Yeah, what's this talk about him with the arm length? Does that really matter in the grand scheme of things if a guy is a dog, right?
Right.
Does that matter? Do teams like really take that into consideration, and does that affect the way that these guys play at the next level?
Well, teams do take it in consideration, but I always counter with this. Mike Tyson was, 5'10". He was outreached by everybody he fought.
Right.
It did not matter because he was able to get in and then hit you first.
Right.
And hit you with power. So if you have long arms or you have length, what good is it if I lose a hands first battle? Because it's all about hands first. So the fact that he's able to get his hands on you before you get your hands on him, he's winning.
Right.
And that in and of itself cancels and negates the arm lift. You see that with tackles. Like, oh, he got long arms, but are they fast or are they slow?
Right.
They're slow, it don't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Good point.
and for him, he has fast hands. That's why he's able to win like that. So I don't care about arm length. It's about how you use your arm length.
Yeah. I think that he's a very disruptive player, man. The energy that he comes with, it's something that I think a lot of teams are going to kind of gravitate to. But there is one guy that a lot of people talk about, but they look at his size and they like, can he play in the National Football League? And that's D'Angelo Pine out of Indiana. When I watch this guy, he got a little bit of Tyrann Mathieu in him to me. But like, what is your opinion on Pine, and do you think that his skills will be able to translate to the NFL?
I think so, and I think it also translates to the outside. Again, I'm old school, so I watched before we got specialization in terms of, I'm a slot corner, I'm only on this side, I only play, you had to play corner.
Right.
And so I'm thinking of Aaron Glenn. I'm thinking of the Darrell Greens. Those guys. He's not as explosive as Darrell Green. He's more like the Aaron Glenn, who was also explosive and fast. But Aaron Glenn was a physical press corner at 5'9". And Pounds can play that because when you look at his technique, go back and watch the game against Ohio State, how he managed that game against Jeremiah Smith, who was 6'3", 230. When they got into a tight situation, he was playing with great technique and did a great job in cutting off half the field. He played him well he took away a fade ball. That's all you want. Yeah, he was giving up some cushion in between the 20s. That was the defense. But he made the tackle. And that's the thing. He can tackle well. He has great technique, great instinct. I can trust him on the outside.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and flip the script a little bit, talk a little bit about tight end. All right, the tight end spoke with the media. One guy that I spoke with was Oscar Kelp out of Georgia. The numbers don't really pop off the screen, but this is a guy that people talk about his athleticism. What do you know about Kelvin? What can he bring to the table? Do you think that you'll see a better version of tight end at the next level than what you've seen at Georgia?
It's all about usage, because we saw this last year. And think about Georgia's tight end starting from what we saw from the kid out with the Raiders, right?
Right.
And so when you think about him and everyone that was following him, after him you had Ben Yurachek, who came in from Stanford. At Stanford, he was a great receiving tight end. Was underutilized at Georgia.
Right.
Delp was a freshman on that team too, and Delp, or a young player. When you had the, I can't remember the guy from the Raiders.
Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers. So Delp was the freshman, right? So he was a young guy, but he was also of the same mold as the Ben Yurachek. So yeah, the production not there, but they have a type, and all types of fluid guys. They get a little bit physical in the run game. And he's also able to run routes, and that's why the All-Star game circuit was great for him, because he's showing you that he can do those things that you need the flex tight end or H-back to do. Yeah. Because the production was there, but it wasn't there for Ben Yurachek, but he could play, he could catch. Delp was the same way.
Yeah. What about, let's keep it at tight end. Like, what was a tight end that you watched that you feel like teams need to be on the lookout for? Probably one of those guys that slept on.
But what's interesting? I've seen a lot of talk about Bauer Sharp. I actually think he's a very good player. Formerly of Oklahoma, formerly of Southeastern Louisiana, formerly at LSU. So he's someone I feel like can play the game. He can move, he can run routes. He's underrated after the catch. Royer from Cincinnati, Joe Royer, is another one that's underrated, transferred after not playing a lot at Ohio State. But at Cincinnati, you saw wow, this guy got something with him. Good after the catch. So those guys are underrated guys that can play, that could fit as your tight end 2 or tight end 3 to help out your offense.
Yeah, the Saints definitely need some tight ends. I believe as of right now, they only have 2 on the roster. So I heard a lot of these tight ends were talking with the New Orleans Saints formally, so maybe that's a direction they may be going in. Maybe earlier in the later rounds. But Emory, thank you so much for your time, man. Always a pleasure to chop it up with you, man. And looking forward to all your content on CBS Sports.
Thank you, man. It's good sound to talk with someone that sounds like home.
Oh, man.
Or the accent, you never lose it.
Hey, man. It never goes anywhere, no matter where you go.
TJ Jones, we here. State of the Saints podcast, top notch. Everything's top class. Know the play before they snap it.